Hello, welcome to another Midweek Message. I had an email from Brent in the USA asking what a village green is, and also several other people around the world, because of course people outside the UK won't have heard some of the expressions, the terminology. So there was Dave, June, Rob, Ian and Harry from various places around the world. I won't read it all out. Basically, a village green, what is it? It's normally a large expanse of grass, usually in the centre of a village. So the village is kind of built around the green, if you like. The grass is kept short, so kids can play ball games. There are village fetes, summer fetes, where you have, homemade jam and stuff for sale. It's just a huge expanse of grass, really. Sometimes there are cricket matches played there. Kids play football. People even picnic on the green in the summer. There are benches normally around the outside of the green where you can sit. It's just a nice place in the centre of the village. And I mentioned sitting on the green outside the pub. Opposite the pub, just over the road from the pub, was the green. So we'd take our drinks in the summer from the pub, just walk across the road, which was only a lane, and sit on a bench and watch the various activities on the village green, which was fun. And another question that's popped up, again from Brent and various other people, why did the pubs close? Was it prices? Was it the smoking ban? It was a combination, I think. Prices were increasing all the time in pubs. I remember Trish, my wife and I, we used to, not every week, but we'd perhaps go to the pub 2 or 3 times a month, maybe a couple of times a month. And we've started to realise when we got home, check the cash that we had, we spent £20 or just over £20. And we think, well, hang on a minute, what did you have? You had a couple of glasses of wine, I had my beers, and it adds up. And then we started to think, well, that's a lot of money just to sit in the pub for 2 or 3 hours. The community kind of spirit in our very local pub, the one localist to us. Can you say localist? I can say what I like. So, yeah, that had lost the community spirit. And we ended up, which is what we do now, we have people round. We have family round for drinks. In fact, the other day, at the weekend, all went to Trisha's a sister-in-law. We had a barbecue, a few beers in the garden. I was driving. I had non-alcoholic beer. And I've got to say it, but it is disgusting. There's something, I don't know. One of the other chaps there was driving and he was having that as well. And we both agreed that it doesn't matter what make it is, where it comes from, all non-alcoholic beer is just not very nice. I think the smoking ban in pubs, I smoked, but I stopped going to the pub way before the smoking ban came in. So it wasn't that kept me away from the pub. They just became restaurants in the end, the pubs. More and more emphasis on food. In fact, one landlord, I remember talking to him about it one evening, and he said, there's profit in food, there's more money in food, far more money than there is in drink. So I could see from the financial point of view why these sort of big pub chains turn their pubs into restaurants and don't mind about getting rid of the locals, the regulars, because they're taking the money on the food. But it is a shame that so many have gone. They just closed. There's one up the road from us is now flats, a block of flats, apartments. There's another one that is a supermarket, bought the pub and ripped out the bar and everything, and it's now a small, what do they call them, one of these express type supermarkets, a local small supermarket, part of the big chain, like Sainsbury's, Tesco's and the rest of them. They have these small local express ones, I think they call them, and they've taken over pubs. Another pub on the seafront, lovely pub it was. That's now a block of flats, all been turned into flats. So that's where they've gone. Anyway, rambling on a bit, this Sunday, due to popular demand, I think 3 of you, no, not 3 of you, a bit of a chat about my hometown. I know several of you over the years have said, what about where you live? The changes since you were like a boy in the 50s, what's happened? Yeah, I can talk about that. I think that might be quite interesting. I've seen so many changes. And of course, it doesn't just apply to where I live. There are other towns as well. One thing, I tell you what does annoy me. There's a housing estate they built and they called it Goring Green. Why do they call it Goring Green? Because there was a green. It was like a village green. Well, it wasn't a village. It's just an extension of the town, really. But there was this lovely green in the middle where the kids could play. And what happened? Yep, you've guessed it. Within a few years, they built all over it. And there was another area, a huge oval green. It was lovely. All the houses were built around this big expanse of green. And the kids played there again. It was really good fun. What do? Yep, you've guessed it. They built houses all over it. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is why I complain about the local village being joined up to the town by building on a bit of land that joins the two. At the moment, it separates the village, so the village can keep its identity. But they want to build on it. Anyway, look, this is meant to be a quick midweek message and I'm rambling. Raise rants at protonmail.com. Contact me. What do you think about the village green and people building houses all over the place? Love to hear from you. Take care. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye for now.